gonna get a whole lawsuit. What? Whole lawsuit. Yeah. Hit and run. Hit and run. That's a hit and run. Hit and run. Hit and run. That's a hit and run. Hit and run. Hit and run. Look, hey, watch out with that weapon. That weapon. Yo, watch out. What's wrong with you? You hit it. You hit her. Yo. What's wrong?
You hit her.
You hit her. You guys hit her. You guys hit her. What's wrong with y'all?
Y'all hit her?
Y'all bust a whole U-turn in the middle of the street. Y'all hit her. Y'all on camera. Leave her alone.
ICE agents who remain unwelcomed in the great city of Chicago crashed their car into Diane Figueroa's vehicle, then violently pulled her out and detained her for hours.
Why? Why? Why?
I'm gonna break it.
Why?
Break it.
Why? Why?
Why are you driving like you're driving?
I'm driving because I'm following you guys. The community needs
It's
to
against
know.
the law to follow people
It
who
is.
drive like that. It is.
I'm using all my legal stuff.
You're not using legal stuff.
Yes, I am.
Driver's license, please.
You can. For what? You're not a police officer.
I am an officer.
You're not a police officer.
I am an officer.
Where?
I need to see your ID.
You're not a police officer.
You're following me around. I need to see your ID.
I have the right to follow and
You
record.
do not have a right to follow people around like that.
I have the right
You are
to
breaking
follow and
laws
record.
by
I'm not
doing
breaking no laws.
You are.
I'm not
ID,
breaking
please.
any laws.
ID, please.
What law did I break?
How are you driving? You're
I
driving
was
erratic.
No, I was not. I was not. My name is Jesse.
ID, please.
My name is Jesse.
By law,
ID,
you gotta give
please.
identification.
Yes, to a police officer.
We are officers of the law.
I want a police officer here.
Okay, fine. Police officer. Call 911.
All right.
Just so you guys are aware, we're stopped with one that kept following us around. It's gonna be.
Pretty interesting stuff here as the agents called the cops to get an ID from this activist. In this video taken by WGN, a daycare worker was abducted by Donald Trump's secret police. Lawmakers locally did this.
Hey everyone, Congresswoman Delia Catalina Ramirez. I want to talk to you about what happened here in Chicago, just across from my district, at a daycare. A daycare that I know really well. Let's be clear. ICE broke into that daycare and took a daycare teacher while children were in that daycare. They didn't just take her. They went back in and went into other rooms asking teachers for papers while children were inside. This is what's happening right now via that force of terror called Homeland Security under Kristi Noem. You're watching terrorized families, children. I went into the daycare this morning as part of rapid response, and I see teachers, I see parents crying. They're wondering, how could it be possible that the place that's supposed to keep my children safe for 8 hours while I go to work has been broken into by these masked agents with guns running through the daycare? So I want to ask, for those of you that are saying, well, you know, this person is undocumented, or, you know, they were just doing their job. There is no justifying. There is no way that you can say that what happened was okay. Children were in that building. Teachers who care for our children were terrorized. I saw a little boy, a 3-year-old boy, who was waiting for his mom to pick him up while the teachers were there in fear. His heart was beating so fast. I thought his heart would come out of his chest from how scared he was. This agency of terror is terrorizing our children, our families, our communities, and it is our responsibility to do everything in our power to protect them.
Illinois Congresswoman Delia Ramirez spoke out.
I feel the same kind of frustration I believe everybody in here feels. We get emails from neighbors all the time. What is the Chicago police going to do about it? What can you do in your level of state government? This is a different moment. We're talking about federal law enforcement and a weaponized government against its people. We're all crossing our fingers and hoping for elections to change things, but we don't have that time right now. In this moment, we've got people over at Broadview. You're talking 150 to 200 people in a place not much bigger than this, maybe 2-3 times this size. They don't have enough space to sleep in. They don't get food. And when we talk to organizations like ICE or TRP, they want those places to continue because it might be the only way to track them. People are,
but they can't be expanded.
Definitely not. But what we know is without those there, you might even not know where they are. We have, I think, over 170 citizens that have been detained. So I would say this. We've been watching as these attacks have happened to every community. They've taken away history from our black community. They've had our trans folks running around in fear. And now they're taking these actions against, whether you're undocumented citizens, it is happening. So these are the moments in history when everyone asks themselves that same adage, right? What did we do in 1930s Germany? What did we do in 1920s Germany? It's what people are doing now. If you're anybody here in the city of Chicago and you don't have a whistle around your neck and you're not out here doing school patrol, please find time to do so. We need everyone here.
Alderperson Andre Vasquez held a press conference, flanked by Ramirez, on the events taking place in the city. On that last video we saw, per Congressman Mike Quigley, those agents did not have a warrant. Adam Gonzalez, a lawyer and rapid response team member, told WGN, "It's just absolute terror. Why are you at a daycare at 7 in the morning? This is not right. This is not American. This is not who we are. It is an absolute travesty." And on Diana Figueroa, the Department of Homeland Security later released a statement claiming that Figueroa was at fault, saying, quote, "She crashed into an unmarked government vehicle and violently resisted arrest, injuring 2 officers." And that is also as reported by the Chicago Tribune. Figueroa was released the same day, a few hours later without charges. So go figure. Furthermore, Figueroa's arrest highlights growing concerns about the use of force against United States citizens and due process. Federal enforcement actions in Chicago have increasingly drawn scrutiny amid reports of aggressive tactics and blurred lines between immigration enforcement and public safety, including incidents involving deploying tear gas in residential areas and arrests of bystanders, filming agents, or for following the unmarked vehicles. There's been a lot of news coming out of the federal courthouse where Gregory Bovino is in front of a judge right now, Judge Ellis, and they are going after not just Bovino, blatantly calling him a liar, but also the tactics that DHS agents have put on communities and protesters in Broadview. And I remain pessimistic because we have seen how this administration does not care about legal precedent and rulings. But this is a step in the right direction, and it continues to show me how elections matter. If these barriers were not put in place, and again, I'm pessimistic, but this is a small step in the right direction. What's going to happen, even locally, I don't know, but I will continue reporting on it. What gets me as well is Gregory Bovino was supposed to show up in court earlier in the week, and I was outside of that courthouse doing some reporting. And the organizers I spoke with, the activists I spoke with, were obviously disappointed, but also not surprised that he decided to no-show. At least he is there today. I am trying to get in touch with Congresswoman Delia Ramirez, a representative here in Chicago, because I'd like to speak to her on these blatant human rights violations that are taking place and what she thinks is the best way to go forward, and how she, along with others, mainly our elected representatives, can protect communities from all of these indiscretions, intentional indiscretions that the Trump administration is putting forward. So when I hear back, I will provide y'all with an update.